Today we are going to be reviewing lesson 3.1 from Into Math. And before we begin, I want you to make sure you have all the things you need to be successful in this lesson and also know what assignments your teacher has assigned for you today. That could be through the Into Math site on Clever or using your Into Math workbook at home. Our I can statement today is I can use objects and draw to show that the sum stays the same when the order of the addends change. So today we will be using objects and drawing to show that the sum stays the same when the order of the addends change. Sean and Janet build robots. All of their robots are either red or yellow. How can you add the robots? Let's move on to the next page. So let's color some robots red and some robots yellow. So I'm going to change my paint palette to red, and I'm going to color some of these robots red. So let's color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 robots red. And then I'm going to change to yellow, and I'm going to color the rest of the robots yellow. So let's color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now I have some red robots and I have some yellow robots. So let's add them together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red robots. So I'm going to write the number 5 plus the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow robots that I colored. So if I have 5 red robots and 6 yellow robots, I know that 5 plus 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 plus 6 equals 11. If I put my yellow robots first, so the 6 yellow robots I drew, plus the 5 red robots, let's see if we get the same answer as 5 plus 6. So I'm going to start with my 6 yellow robots and count on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got the same answer. 5 plus 6 equals 11. And 6 plus 5 equals 11. So the sum stayed the same even though the addends changed spots. Let's see another way that we could have drawn that. So in this picture, we see 1, 2, 3, 4 red robots and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellow robots. So 4 plus 7 equals 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 plus 7 equals 11, and 7 plus 4 equals 11. So let's choose an equation that shows how to add the red robots and the yellow robots. So I can see here again that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 red robots, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellow robots. So I know the equation is going to be 4 plus 7 equals 11. Let's check. Yes, 4 plus 7 equals 11. That is an equation we can use to show the red and yellow robots added together. 4 plus 7 equals 11 is an equation we can use to show how to add the red robots and the yellow robots. Choose an equation that shows a different way to add the red and yellow robots. So if I know 4 plus 7 equals 11, then I know that 7 plus 4 also equals 11. My 7 yellow robots plus my 4 red robots equals 11. You did it! The equations 4 plus 7 equals 11 and 7 plus 4 equals 11 can both be used to show how to add the red and yellow robots. Stop and think. Why is the sum in both equations the same? You're right, because the addends can change spots and the sum will stay the same. You still have the same amount of objects. Let's try another one. Paula scored 4 goals at the soccer game. Cameron scored 2 goals at the soccer game. How many goals did they score? So let's stop and connect to some vocabulary. We are going to change the order of the addends. The addends are the numbers that you are adding. So for example, this equation says 8 plus 9 equals 17. The addends are 8 and 9. They are the numbers that you are adding, and 17 is the sum or the answer. So 8 plus 9 equals 17 is the same as 9 plus 8 equals 17. The addends switched places or changed order, but the sum stayed the same. So remember, Paula scored 4 goals and Cameron scored 2 goals at the soccer game. Let's use objects to show the problem. So I'm going to draw 4 counters for the 4 goals that Cameron scored, or Paula scored. And I'm going to draw 2 counters for the goals that Cameron scored. So I have 4 plus 2, and let's use our counting on strategy to solve this problem. So 4, 5, 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. And then if I show this another way, I have the 2 goals that Cameron scored and the 4 goals that Paula scored. So I can change the order of the addends to say 2 plus 4, and I should get the same answer. So let's add these counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 plus 4 equals 6, and 4 plus 2 equals 6. So let's look at your math journal pages for this lesson. So on page 77, you have Spark Your Learning. You're going to color some robots red and some robots yellow, and then write 2 equations that go with the problem. On page 78, you're going to draw a picture to show Paula scored 4 goals at the soccer game, Cameron scored 2 goals at the soccer game. How many goals did they score? So how can you change your model to show the addends in a different order? On page 79, Lexi won 6 red ribbons and 5 blue ribbons at art shows. How many ribbons did she win? You're going to draw and write 2 addition equations to solve the problem. And then down below, you're going to check your understanding to show Ron plants 3 white rose bushes and 9 red rose bushes. How many rose bushes does he plant? Write 2 equations that go with the problem. And finally, on page 80 is on your own. You're going to write 2 addition equations that can be used to solve the problem, and then draw pictures to match the equations. Mrs. Bank has 4 games. Mr. Moon has 5 games. How many games do they have? And then finally, write the sum and change the order of the addends.